Welcome back. I'm the doc of detox, Dr. Daryl Wolf, if you don't know me. And today what we're doing is we're actually celebrating the advanced water fast, the 6-day advanced water fast. And I'm doing it here outside, and I know I'm running late. Welcome to IT. Welcome to where you can't get online, but I finally made it. Okay, so I'm going to have an assistant of mine be able to actually take messages off of Facebook, okay? And if you're on Facebook and you've got any questions, I want you to feel free. It doesn't have to be about the advanced 6-day advanced water fast. It can be emotional, nutritional, or it could even be anything that your little heart desires, okay? Understand something. The reason why we do this is because community is everything. And I mean that. Right now, we're working on what we believe to be the largest platform in natural health in the world. It's called braveheartnation.com, and it will be coming out within the next few weeks. We'll also be releasing an app. This app is going to help to track you, not us tracking you, please. Don't think that's what it is. This app was helped to track you, to give you what you need, what you want. Everybody has a different pathway. Do you ever notice that? Everybody has a different wish list, bucket list. And the reality is people only want things when they feel like they really need them. But we're going to try to get you to want things before you need them, like what? Unlimited energy, vibrant health. I just want to say something right now. The whole world operates on statistics. Those statistics are gathered by the medical system, given to the government, and also the government also collects all this information too, like they don't, right? They like to track us. The medical system wants to track us. The government wants to track us. They get all their information and they bring it together. And then I'm not going to tell you that it's truthful. I'm going to tell you that it might be close to truth. And the reality is this, when they say, when you go to a doctor, here's two things against you. Well, Mr. Jones, you're in great shape for a 40-year-old. Now, let's make two things really clear. I don't know many 40-year-olds that are in great shape. And what they do is they actually take the average of the average 40-year-old, and then they tell you that you're in great shape. And understand something. You can have an autoimmune disease and even two of them, and today you can be in great shape. Today, being in great shape is not being in the hospital. And the other thing that you don't know is that every few years, the medical system and the government get together and they lower their standards. Okay? They lower their standards. And if you want to take the path of resistance, you're going to have to higher your standards, get them higher. You're going to have to bring up your vibration on all levels, what you eat, drink, think, who you hang around with. All of these things are going to become very important to you when you become important to you. And the problem is most people, they're not important. What I want to ask you, if you were to put value on you, how much value are you worth? Because I'm going to know, because I'll be able to tell by the shape of your body, by the way you treat yourself or mistreat yourself, by how much time you spend or what you're worth. And understand something, everybody has been given very limiting, dysfunctional beliefs. Everybody. So we won't get into that today. And this is why we do things like the 6-day advanced water fast every 3 months. Every 3 months, we're going to let you know. I'm going to come on. We're going to do the 6-day advanced water fast. We're going to do the live Q&As. We're going to show you that, guess what? It's not just what you eat. It's you eat too much. And guess what? There's no such thing as junk food. There's only such thing as junk, and there's only such thing as food. Do you get that? Let's split them apart and understand something. There's no such thing as healthy treats. Oh, not to the majority. I know one thing, when a child's being raised and their parents give them a treat, they're actually mistreating them. And when the parents go to celebrate, they're actually poisoning themselves. Think about it. Tell me that every celebration that you go to, that you're not poisoning yourself. That's how programmed we are. So what if I were to program you in a way that I told you that by doing a 6-day advanced water fast, you'll do more healing on an emotional and physical level than you'll do in 12 months in most cases. A lot of people do not believe this. They can't take this in. Remember something, when somebody comes up against your beliefs, even if they're logical, like 1 and 1 are 2, not 11, they're going to think that you're crazy, because guess what? The subconscious is not there to give you a better life. Your subconscious is only there to protect the life that you're living right now. And that's why you have to become a brave heart. You know, in a 6-day advanced water fast, you're mainly doing, well, if you're doing it the way we teach. I want to go over the things. If you're just bopping on here, we'll go over some things. But if you want to learn about the 6-day advanced water fast, please go to my library at docofdetox.com. Click on the 6-day advanced water fasting guide. Now, for some of you, you want wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. You just want a Band-Aid. You don't want the perfect day where you, from the minute you rise until you close your eyes, you are the master of your life. Most people will never, ever, ever, ever even think they need to do that. And that's why most people will never, ever, ever, ever have the health that they truly deserve. But the reality is that if you were to do gentle baby steps, 1% every day, learning how to do what? Real healthcare. You do know that real healthcare is called self-care. You do know that the only lasting love is called self-love. Okay? All right? You cannot keep using other people to fill up your heart. Okay? All right? You need to become thankful yourself. And the only way to do that is you got to enjoy being with yourself, spend some time with yourself, spend some energy with yourself. 1 second. Tito, when you've got a question, just let me know what it is, bud, and I will stop talking. Okay? What is it?
It's just Sherry. She wants a perfect day life.
Okay, that's nice. Tito, only questions. Okay? So if you've got a question, Tito's going to do it for me, because believe it or not, we couldn't get things working where we wanted to get them working. Okay? So that's why I'm out here, which it's a beautiful day, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
All right, so let's go back to what I was talking about. Now, you want different? I'm going to bring you different. And then when I bring you different, your subconscious is going to try to stop it. The more the belief does not match your current beliefs, the more you're going to go like this to me. That's right. You're going to go like that to me. And why? Not because you're not intelligent, not because you're not heartful, not because of any reason, except guess what? How many times would you go and eat a food that is totally different? How many times would you go and do anything that's really different? Well, I want different. I don't know if you noticed it or not, but only 1 out of 10,000 people actually are living the life that they truly want. I would say, 10% of the people are getting a good part of it. But, I'm not really one to just go and roll the dice. Oh, and by the way, if natural health was so powerful, then why is it that the world's never been sicker? Well, you can say, well, that's because corporations are polluting it. But the reality is this: they can pollute all they want because that's what they want to do, and then blame it on us. And the reality is, if you don't take responsibility for what you think, drink, and eat, and the way that you act, but you would actually have to change your belief systems. You'd have to change your thoughts, because maybe you don't get this, but your thoughts have given you everything that you have in your life. If it's health or disease, if it's wealth or it's poverty, okay? The belief gives you what you want, and it really does. And the reality is that you don't even know it, but your thoughts aren't yours, and that's it. And most people will never, ever get that. This is my personality, doctor. No, it's not. Your personality is to be a Braveheart hero, where you save yourself, because you're going to learn how to live in the conscious moment. And you may not know this, but do some homework. The majority of the population live in the conscious moment 2 to 5%, 5% maximum. How would you like to live in the conscious moment 95%? And that's what we teach in our Braveheart health and healing circles and our whole life coach, okay, certification. Go to newworldpractitioner.com and then challenge me on this one. And you can go and read up. Right now, we're going to be switching out a lot of information. By the end of the week, we'll have a new platform up there, because we are doing a world tour where we are doing we're doing 22 New World Practitioner trainings, where we're doing 22 Braveheart health and healing circles for the general public, where we're doing 22 New World, not New World, but Wolf non-surgical certifications for people who want to be the best body workers in the world, and I'll give you a money back guarantee on that one. And the reality is this: we'll finish this whole thing up with in every country we're going to, in every city with a 3-day pelvic restoration course that will what? Bring back a woman's power, because her power is her pelvis. And you can read all that information by Friday on newworldpractitioner.com. Tito.
Andrea wants to know.
Andrea wants to know
the difference between taking black diamond crystals or black diamond during the advance.
Okay, well, somebody wants to know, first of all, what would be the difference of taking black diamond just on a regular basis, maintenance, or whether you're taking them on an advanced water fast? Well, first of all, let me just say this, just so you know. And, we do have our sale on right now, just so you know that. And we also have a 30% off sale on our Perfect Day consultation. So if you want to get a Perfect Day consultation so that you know from the minute you rise until you close your eyes exactly what to do, and have for 6 weeks intensive practitioner helping you to learn the language of self-care and self-love, and you would be able to call us for a lifetime anytime you have questions to any of our other master consultants. That's what we're going to give to you. Okay, and it's going to cost you around $155 right now with the 30% off. Now, black diamond. Oh, and and if you want scientific third-party studies, I can prove it. Black diamond is made from humic fulvic. Ours is a nano black diamond. Ours comes from Drumheller, Alberta, which is the richest humic fulvic site in the world. That's where most of the dinosaurs were. Humic fulvic is the plant life that is millions of years old. So it's got 70 to 80 micronutrients in it. It's got the vibration still in it, even though it looks like a very fine charcoal. It's not charcoal. And you have to understand something. Nothing works like black diamond. Black diamond will rid you of parasites, fungal problems, viruses. It'll absorb 300 to 600% of its weight in heavy metals. It's the best heavy metal cleanse, parasite cleanse you can do. But what it does also is it helps to alkaline the body, and it helps to drop off these micronutrients into your cells. But here's the kicker, everyone. We're the only company I know of in the world. We do not use any chemicals to actually produce our black diamond. We have a product called black diamond. We have a product called black gold. I want to say the difference, and then I'll answer his question because I need to be thorough. Black gold, what you do is you can mix that with, so a lot of Mennonites, Hutterites, and people that do a lot of baking, they mix our black gold in with their baking. You can mix black gold in with soups. You can mix black gold in a blender drink. We use black gold, and people will put it on top of their coffee grinds, so the water will come through to purify the coffee and to enrich the coffee. We also use black gold in the ultimate coffee enema. And black gold goes from the mouth to the rectum. It doesn't go into the bloodstream very well. But what it does is it goes through the whole digestive tract, picking up heavy metals, okay? And it drops off 70 to 80 micronutrients into the digestive tract, which we're desperately needing. And then what else does it do? Well, guess what? It will suck up heavy metals. It will also help to balance the pH, okay? And then by the time it gets down to the large intestine, are you ready for this? Okay, guys, I just did a 2.5-hour talk called Holy Crap about the Holy Grail being your large intestine. You really want to try to watch that. But once the black gold gets into the large intestine, it creates a platform for mummy's bacteria. Now, whether you want to believe this or not, it doesn't matter. But all other bacteria are foreign bacteria to the human body. When black gold goes into the large intestine, it creates a foundation for mummy's bacteria to feed off of. And understand something. You can have just one of them. And no matter how many times you've taken antibiotics, you're still going to have lots of mummy's bacteria in there. So don't let them BS you, give you dysfunctional belief systems. And that's going to actually restore mummy's good bacteria, especially if you take the daily cleansing tea twice a day and you're having 2 to 3 really good bowel movements. And when you start, you want to just have your bowel movements in the way that it's like a cow plop for the first maybe 10 days to 20 days, because you want to be cleaning the intestinal lining off, okay? All right, so I was asked about the black diamond. Now, black diamond's very fine, okay? You take 1/8 of a teaspoon and you would mix that into anywhere from 16 ounces to 32 ounces of water or juice or anything else you want that's liquid, okay? And then you would drink that. I mix just a pinch of that in everything I drink. So you got to understand, why are we talking about this product? Well, first of all, why don't you do some homework and find out that they stole, they stripped all the humic fulvic out of the soils, all the farmland. And understand, when you do that, the right bugs don't grow, the wrong bugs grow, more fungus grows. And understand this, if you don't have enriched soil, you don't have enriched produce, and means you don't have an enriched body. So the reason why we sell this product is because it's not around anymore, and it was supposed to be there as a foundation of alkalining the body, neutralizing viruses, neutralizing bad bacteria, neutralizing fungal problems. It's the best heavy metal cleanse you can do. A lot of people will go and get chelation for heavy metals. Well, I'm going to tell you something. Naturopathic doctors mainly do this. And the reality is they're doing it in the bloodstream. They're not getting the job done. Okay, you're paying a lot of money, and it's not getting to the problem. I'm telling the truth about this. Now, so the black diamond, if you take the black diamond a little bit daily, and you take the black gold a little bit daily, you're getting all these effects. But the biggest one you're going to get is heavy metal, because they're trying to poison us heavy metals. I mean, how many silver fillings do you have? Well, you've got mercury poisoning, so just put that in your pipe. And, well, I hope you don't have a pipe to smoke it. But anyways, try to digest that one. And just know this, they're putting heavy metals in your water, in your food, in the air. We already know about the chemtrails. And the reality is that if you do enough black diamond and black gold, you're never going to show it. I promise you that if you go on black diamond and you go on black gold, okay, and you go on just for a few weeks, go back and get another heavy metal test. If you ever come to us, we have the most in-depth heavy metal test that you'll ever take. You also, if you come to us, you'll get your bone density test free. Also, we have what's called a thermography test, which is more in-depth and specific than any X-ray or MIR you're going to get. And understand something. It can tell you where you're going to be in 5 to 8 years if you don't learn to change your personality and get some new thoughts, right? Okay, so now back to the black diamond. I'm getting there. Okay, when you take black diamond daily, black diamond goes into the bloodstream, and it crosses the blood-brain barrier and goes into the cells. Where black gold only stays in the digestive tract, where people will say, well, can I do both? No, you should do both. And when you're on a fast, you're only using black gold, and you're putting that into your ultimate coffee enema with some tummy love so that you can purge your liver. Because guess what? Unless you're going to do an ultimate coffee enema, you're never purging your liver. I don't care what anybody says. Oh, take this herb, take this concoction. It's going to clean your liver. No, it's not. You can do a gallbladder flush. That doesn't clean your liver. The only reason why people have a problem with their gallbladder is because they already have a problem with their liver. Okay, now back to the black diamond. When you take black diamond on a daily basis, it does that. It crosses the blood-brain barrier, goes into the blood, goes into the cells, does what I said. Well, if I'm not eating for 6 days or more or less, if there's no food coming in, there's no blocks. And understand, when you eat, a minimum of 70% of your energy that day goes to digesting, assimilating, and excreting waste. Look at the energy you save. I can prove this, and I will come up against any practitioner, natural or medical, that we only need one meal a day when we know how to calm down the horses, when we're ready to know that the brain is neuroplastic and that we can design anything we want, any personality we want. Okay, so far today, I've taken in about 3 liters of liquids. I don't go into what they are. And right now it's 12:30. Okay, I will have my first meal around 6 o'clock. And that's the way it is almost every day. Sometimes I'll have a lentil soup or a salad at lunch when I feel like my body's going, I need more physical. But the reality is, if you're in control of your emotional, Because you can tell the people that aren't in control of their emotion, they're always snacking. Well, they're insane. You do know that, right? And they're just full of anxiety. God loved them anyways, right? And then you've got people that always feel like they got to eat because they need energy. Meanwhile, you don't need to eat because you need energy. You need to detox. See, the more infection you have, the more inflammation you have. The more inflammation you have, the more you eat up the oxygen, you eat up your nutrients. That's all that works. So the more that you can stay calm and cool and collective and not keep reacting with the world just wants you to go, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, until you always do that and you don't even know you are doing it. So back to the black diamond, I'll get there. So when I'm taking the black diamond, nothing's getting in the way of it. I'm just going in and everything's focusing on the black diamond or focusing on the infinite iodine or focusing on the ormus minerals, okay, or focusing on the ionic calcium, because we've got like 7 different nutraceuticals you can take that will never turn on your digestion during a fast. They will bypass the Krebs cycle and they will give you more energy. They will detoxify you more efficiently. You will have no symptoms hardly going through a 6-day or a 16-day or a 26-day or a 36-day advanced water fast with us. Or you could just do a water fast and have it kick the living crap out of you. Because understand, when Jesus would fast, the water was pure, the air was pure, okay, and he was doing it to bring up his vibration. He wasn't doing it to lose weight. But the reality is today, look at, we've got these psychos, okay, poisoning everything they can get their hands on because they're working for some kind of evil entity, which we're not here to talk about that. But the reality is, think about it. Don't tell me that I shouldn't love and care for myself. Nobody else is going to do it. So the black diamond, like I said, goes into the bloodstream, goes into the cells, crosses the blood-brain barrier more efficiently than any other product. And when you're not eating, all the energy goes towards that. Bringing it in, dropping off the 70 micronutrients, loading it up with heavy metals, viruses, bad bacteria, because it only picks up negative, does not pick up any positive. And then it brings that and it locks it down. The black diamond locks it down. So all the way out of the body, if it's in the brain or from the heart, or doesn't matter where it's from in the body, that you are not going to actually experience any symptoms. The deal is when you do a detox or you do a fast, you have to experience the toxins all the way out, flowing out. And then those are the symptoms that knock you down. Let me tell you something. If you were to stay calm, if you were to stay centered, you can fast as long as you want. And when you fast, you can fast 3 pounds underneath your weight of a healthy person, because it's going to come back. And understand something, people need to fast more than ever now, because fasting works on the psychological even better than the physical. Oh yeah, baby. And especially when you're using nutraceuticals like we use, because we are rewiring the brain. We're creating new synapses. We're creating new messages into the cells. We're reconstructing all the way down to the RNA and DNA level. Because when you're not taking in food, you just kept that 70% of energy that you need. And understand, when you hit the 3rd day, that's called the hump day, right? And when people go to work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it's called hump day. Well, when you hit the 3rd day on a fast, you want to honor, love, and respect yourself, that you're saying no to everyone else and you're keeping it really calm. Let me just say this. If you want to do an advanced water fast, if you don't want to respect yourself, protect yourself, it's going to be hard on you. I don't care how you do it. The reality is let's see how much you're worth. Let's see if you actually can design your life every 3 months for 6 days or more, that you are going to go in and unleash more stem cells than getting stem cell therapy, and I can prove it, which renew your body. And you're going to release more power to autophagy, which means it's going to go in and eat up cysts and tumors and pimples and adhesions and lesions and scar tissue. And you're going to feel the flexibility emotionally and physically. Listen, we are the holy grail of health and healing. I travel the world. I talk to the most intelligent people around the world. Where do you think all this stuff comes from? I am not intelligent, but I am logical. I won't say I'm not intelligent, but I'm not telling you that I'm no smarter than you. I'm no smarter than anyone else. I just want you to use logic. And could you please just maybe try and see if self-love doesn't kill you? See if self-love actually protects you against yourself first and foremost before anything else? Let's see if you could give that a shot. Why don't you get yourself a love band, life band? 3, 2, 1, I got this. You know what? This is called a Braveheart love band. It says Braveheart 3, 2, 1, I got this. I don't care. You can buy these on our website or don't. Just get a hairband. That's where I started. You know what? There was a time in my life that my oldest child, I took her hairband that she used for her hair, put it around my wrist, and I started snapping it. And every time I snapped it, that was snapping me back to the present moment, to own it. Every time I snapped it gently, that was a kiss. Yeah, that's right. Do you mind if I kiss myself? This is as snug as a hug. Do you mind if I hug myself? Is it okay with you if I remind myself throughout the day it's okay to love myself while the rest of the world is just knocking itself off right now? Oh, you're not? Look at the way you eat. Look at the way you mistreat. Look at the way you talk to yourself and everyone else. I'm not telling you it's bad. I'm saying start looking at it. Start observing and stop judging. If we could stop judging ourselves and everyone else, if we could allow everyone in every religion to do what they want to do, you're allowed to come down here and pick up from the buffet of religion or faith or belief. You're allowed to come down here and pick the type of food you want to eat, the way you want to dress, but you can take it all the way. But just mind your own business. Mind your own business. Because understand, government and corporations and all those systems, they want me to fight with you and you to fight with me. And yes, my beliefs are mostly different than almost anybody else, or at least the majority. But the reality is you got to understand, I want different. I'm not that stupid that I'm going to follow the herd. I don't call them the herd. They call them the herd. And they call them a herd because they're off to the butcher. And you need to understand something right now. I am not going to be butchered. All right? A lot of people would never speak like me or do the things. I took water fasting, took it to a whole new level. I took coffee enemas, took it to a whole new level. I took emotional training to a whole new level. I took exercise to a whole new level. I'm taking everything to a whole new level. I'm telling you, whether you believe it or not, 90% of all the money to 95% of all the money I make goes back into creating platforms. If you go to my library at Doc of Detox, you'll have more take action steps without cost than any other place in the planet. And understand something. Abundance is everywhere when you unconditionally love yourself. And it's there for you on all levels. Let me tell you something. If you want, the approval of your family, your lover, your friends, or the world to hang out with me, it's not happening. It's not happening. You're not going to have it. Everybody's programmed, and understand, you can say, well, Daryl, you think you're right, but you're not. Well, the reality is do you know another clinic that gives a money back guarantee? I give a guarantee on all my treatments. I do. All of them. Our guarantee is the first time that you come to us for a treatment, that if we don't outshine everything you've ever done before, it's free. I want you to understand something. I'm not telling you I'm better than anybody else. I'm telling you that I'm logical and I figured it out. I'm telling you that when you go to school, you get schooled and ruled and screwed. And you do. And the longer that you've gone to school for health, the more dangerous you are. And you need to get that. You can believe this or not, and we're not off the fasting thing. I'll come back in a second, but I want to say this. I can have somebody come, like right now, I've got a couple from Adrie, Alberta. And I'll tell you something. When they leave here, they've been following me for a few years, but when they leave here, they will have taken a 22-day course, and they will kick the butt of any natural health practitioner. Not kick them. They'll bring it all up. And understand something. Medical health is not health. Okay, you want to go there, you better be in an emergency or you're going to end up being one. And I'm not putting it down. My daughter Genevieve would not be alive today, and I know a lot of other friends and family that wouldn't when they've gotten into accidents or emergencies. But understand something, nobody's coming to save you. And I will take, and this is a challenge to everyone, that I'll take anybody from the first course they do. And when you do a course with us, a New World Practitioner course, take Whole Life Coach certification, and and Wolf Non-Surgical, you can open up your practice right then and there. Did you know that every week we will be on and we will be helping to support you right from everything from marketing to every nutritional question? And when you take my course, you have a direct line to me, and every case history that you're not sure about, you'll call me, I'll go over it with you. Understand something here. United we stand, divided we fall. Okay? Don't let these psychos get over the wall. And that wall is your heart. You need to love and respect yourself and not allow people to disrespect you anymore. Understand something, coming back to the 6-day advanced water fast, that means that you're going inside. That means that you're going to have an understanding that you are, okay, a physical being, okay, but you are a spirit being first and foremost, having a physical experience. And when you go inside and you see that beautiful heart, that God spot in the heart, and that spirit that you have, let me tell you something. There's the light. The light's not out here. The answers are not out here. The answers are not in the physical world. And that's why we are so heavy with fasting. Okay? I think fasting is mentioned in the Bible 42 times, or 40 or 42. I could be wrong. It's been a long time since I but I think it's 40 to 42 times. And understand, you fast because you want to renew things and you want to get rid of the old. Are you ready? Are you ready today to let go of what doesn't serve you? Oh, and let me tell you something, from food to drink to what you think to who you hang around with to what you watch and do. Have you actually taken a look at your life? And what do you? And let me ask you, what are your habits? Okay. What about getting some new habits? Wouldn't that be cool? Wouldn't that be great if you got some new habits? And I'm going to tell you something. I will show you how to hack your life. Let me tell you something right now. We are doing what's called Braveheart Health and Healing Circle. This is for the general public. It's a 7-day course, 3 days on, 1 day off, 3 days on. I will rock your world. I will rock your world. How about this? You come, you take it, and I'll give your money back right up to the second day, because I want to prove to the general public that you are not dumb, you are a genius. And I will prove to you that you are attacking yourself and you don't see it because everybody you know is attacking themselves too. You actually believe that this is as good as it could get, whatever that is that you have in your life. You think that's as good as you can get. I am very grateful for what I have, but guess what? I always want more. I'm not talking about more land, more money, more houses. I'm talking, I want more of my spirit to shine. I want more of being thankful and grateful. That's what I want. And it's hard to get. It's hard to get unless you're going to put yourself first and foremost before anyone else or anything else. So help me God on this planet. And you really have to just stay connected to your breath. Have a slight smile. And when people are going into trauma land, you just got to still stay relaxed with yourself and stay connected to your lion heart breath and love yourself enough not to buy a ticket for their ride, because at the end of their ride, they're going to be exhausted. They're going to be sick. And guess what? You won't be. Do we have any questions?
Yes, we have a question from Evelyn. She's suffering from damage to her bladder from 44 radiation treatments.
Hey, can you keep it down?
They gave her.
Now that squawking bird. Yeah.
They
She has damage from what?
From 44 radiation treatments to her bladder.
You want to come and sit closer so that they can hear you and not have to repeat it? Okay. All right.
Yeah, Evelyn, your question is that you're suffering from bladder damage from 44 radiation treatments they gave you when you had third-degree cervical cancer.
Okay, all right. Let me just take that. Okay, all right. So she had 44 radiation treatments, which is beyond ridiculous. Okay. And she was suffering from third stage cervical cancer. Let me see here. I'm real prone to infection. Really? Okay, so I'm going to take a torch, okay, to your pelvic area, and I'm going to make it into beef jerky. I'm going to shut down and kill cells. And okay, really? You think, okay, maybe, yeah, Evelyn. And I'm not trying to be sarcastic. I'm just trying to tell you. All right, my doctor, I'm real prone to bladder infection. My doctor just keep giving me, uh, okay, drugs. She has me on 2 weeks at a time, and then I'm on for a couple of weeks. Okay, then it will return like a month later. Anything natural, blah blah, antibiotics, silver. Do you know anything about this? Oh yeah, sure do. Can you take that? Okay, let me just start with this. Okay, all right. So this, okay, I'll stand by this anytime. Any medical system, medical doctor that wants to come and talk to me. You know what? When I started talking like this, okay, I actually, I don't know if they came out with it. I think there was a part 1, part 2 on Marketplace in Canada. They're after my butt for the way I talk. But here's the deal. There's stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, and stage 4 inflammation. Can you turn that right down, please? How many people know that there's no such thing as cancer? How many people know that there is for the medical system? Because when you say cancer, when I say cancer, what do you think right away? Well, you may think different, but the majority of the population, okay, the herd they call them, okay, that's a life sentence to death. Okay, it's a death sentence. That's what it is. Now, understand this: everything is inflammation in the body. And when they actually do all their tests, even their x-rays, they're actually testing for inflammation and your energy. That's it. That's all they're doing, guys. It's your light energy. Okay. But they don't believe in that. So now what happens is she had stage 3. So now, okay, I'm going to be putting this up in the library, and it's going to be called Holy Crap, Your Pelvis, the Holy Grail. I mean, no, holy crap, your large intestine, the Holy Grail. It'll be in my library. That is a 2-hour lecture that will set you back on your butt. Okay, I have another one going in there that's called The Highway to Life. Okay, that's called The Highway to Life. Okay, and it's actually your digestive tract from your mouth to your rectum, and I go through the whole highway and I explain everything. You have never gotten information like this in your life. And listen to me, love. Evelyn, I'm going to tell you something right now. 44 radiations. You've got enough beef jerky down there. Okay, has anybody ever eaten beef jerky? Well, radiating your pelvis out, Evelyn, like that 44 times, okay, you're like beef jerky. Why don't you see how far you can open your legs? You're going to feel like you're going to tear yourself open. That's because if I were to take, whether it's muscle from a cow, or muscle or organ from a cow, muscle or organ from a cow, or muscle organ from a human, and I put it on the barbecue and leave it there, it will become beef jerky. It's going to dry out. That's what they did to you. Okay, I'm not telling you it's wrong. It's the way they would do it. I would never do it. That's it. That's my thought. But the reality is this. Okay, Evelyn, I'm going to help you the best I can. We're not going to talk about what they did. We're not going to talk about all the antibiotics that go in like an atomic bomb, because antibiotics are a form of chemo. And when the antibiotics go in, I'll make it really short and sweet. They actually take the yeast in your bowel, turn it into fungus. So now you've got drill bit predators that should have never been turned on until you were dying. Because guess what? When they say you have systemic candidiasis, it's because the yeast went into fungus. The good bacteria got obliterated from the antibiotics that you were taking. And now the bad bacteria got boomed. But guess what? The good bacteria got boomed too. So now you've got a weakened immune system, because your colon is 85% of your immune system, Evelyn. And if you weren't pooping in your pelvis, Evelyn, since you were a little girl, you've had constipation problems. And don't tell me you didn't. And if you say you didn't, it's not because you're lying. You don't know what a good bowel movement is, because how many people do you poop with? And I'm not trying to be a smart, you know what, but the reality is I know what I'm talking about. When I was 27 years old, I wrote a book and I started an institute called the North American Institute of Colon Therapy. My book that I wrote, I still have it, was used by United States Senate for the study of colon cancer, so it couldn't be all that bad. Now the reality is this, is that right now you've got scar tissue, you've got displaced calcium in your vagina cavity, and you've been pulling calcium from your hips because your pelvis, which is where your vagina canal is, right, and where your rectum is, okay, all right, has been filled up with waste from your large intestine forever. Come on, Evelyn, you know this. Some days your stomach was swelling out, then it would go up, it would go down, it would go up, it would go down. I don't know what age you are, but menopause is not being friendly to you because you have so much stagnation, okay, in your pelvic area. And when the period started to slow down, then you get all these symptoms because your bowel was never working right, but you thought it was, and you backed up all that waste onto your liver. This is what goes down. No woman has to suffer through menopause. That's a bunch of BS too. And no young teenager has to have painful cramps and periods that lay them in bed. Constipation is what is causing us to be an inflammation nation, so get it. And I don't mind being challenged. My phone number is 469-861 9454. And I'll have that person who wants to challenge me come live on my show. All right, next move on. So now, guess what? We have what's called Wolf Non-Surgical, and we would gently go in there, Evelyn, and it's an elbow technique I put together years ago, and I'll come in on a 45-degree angle, and we will open up the fibers to allow the spirit energy, the blood, the lymph to come back in. And right before your eyes, Evelyn, that scar tissue, that beef jerky turns into beautiful connective tissue. I'm telling you the truth. If you wanted to start doing belly button therapy, that's going to release your dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, endorphins, and get you out of a fear state. You can also get an Avicin, and that will put you into a parasympathetic state anytime you put your hand into it, because it will actually turn on your microcirculation 67%, which no other device can do. Next thing you can do is learn how to do our pelvic squats gently, okay, and do our pelvic squats twice a day, gently, to start opening up your pelvis, because it's a beautiful flower and we want it to open up so that it can get the food it needs. Now, Evelyn, we have what's called vaginal infusion. Vaginal infusion, okay, we have 5 to 6 different products, and we put those together, like things like silver bullet gel, frankincense. Well, first thing you do, if you really want to really rock your world, okay, is you get our infinite iodine. And if you go on our website, you can even get a 16-ounce bottle of it. Our infinite iodine is the only iodine in the world that's non-toxic. Okay, I've got people out there going, oh, this is Nacean iodine, it's non-toxic, or it's Lugos, and none of them are. And the reality is there's no toxicity to ours, and it's also in a nano form. It's a liquid. If you started putting, like, let's say, a teaspoon of our infinite iodine, and we got you to put your pelvis up, and you were to put about a teaspoon of infinite iodine in the vagina, okay, in the vagina canal, and you were to do that, let's say 3 times a day. And then after we do that, we let that sit for 3 minutes. Then we get what's called silver bullet gel. Then we get a little bit of coconut oil C60. Silver bullet gel, our silver bullet gel is all natural. It's nature's antibiotic, and it's a gel. And we're going to get the gel, and we're going to use about maybe anywhere from 2 tablespoons to 2 ounces. Depends on how bad it is, the situation. We're gonna mix a few drops of C60, and C60 is the strongest antioxidant on the planet, and it's C60 MCT oil, and it's 250 times stronger than vitamin C. We're going to put a few drops of that in. All the instructions are in the manual, okay? And if you want to get a consult, that's the best way to go. It's $225. Right now it's 30% off, so it's $150, and you're going to get lifetime support from us. You're going to get 6 weeks of intense support, and then you'll be able to call me or my staff anytime you want. And guess what? You will get me. Now, So we're going to take the Silver Bullet Gel. We're going to take the C60. We're also going to take the Bright Eyes Nano Drops and put a few of those drops in. You can read the instructions, and also if you get a Perfect Day consult, you're going to be guided. Then what we're going to do is we're going to put a couple drops of frankincense, best frankincense in the world. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're actually going to get what's called it's called a slingshot, and that's how you insert it into the vagina. Now, if we were to take this and insert that into your vagina 3 times a day, and I were to tell you to order our CBD bullets, which are 250 milligrams, and we were to do that twice a day. Oh, I don't know. How's this, Evelyn? In 3 to 4 days, you'd call me up and, Dr. Wolf, it's a miracle. Now, if I could also get you, Evelyn, to do what's called the Ultimate Coffee Enema, which is using organic green coffee. We have it on our website, stainless steel bucket. If I could get you to also buy some Tummy Love and Black Gold, it's inexpensive, and I could get you to start purging your liver, and I could get you to do an Ultimate Coffee Enema once a day would be great, but twice a day would be amazing. In 10 days, you would say to me, oh my God, I have so much energy, so much clarity. Where's this coming from? Well, when's the last time you changed your oil filter? Now, and then guess what? If I could get you to get one of our clappers and get you to clap your pubic bone area, and then also clap on either side of your groin, okay, for anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes. If it goes black and blue, that's all the infection coming out. You know what? Let me tell you something. Did you ever hear somebody saying, oh my God, I woke up this morning and I have bruises here or somewhere in my body and I didn't hit anything? Well, that person is rotten to the core, been pooping in their pelvis. They got low vibrational thoughts, because guess what? Your thoughts do make and shape you. And anyways, if you start clapping and you bruise, don't worry about it. That I can clap almost anywhere in my body as hard as I want, as long as I want, and I don't bruise. The reality is this: we need you to do all of these things. Are you willing? Because if you're willing, guess what? You can turn your vaginal canal, your ovaries, your uterus around. We have women where their uteruses are sticking out like cuckoo clocks. We have women that have ovarian cysts that are huge. You have to understand that we have women that have endometriosis and fibroids and bladder infections. And understand something, Evelyn, keep taking that drug. And guess what? It's going to knock down the bladder infection, and then it's going to come back worse until they're going to have to give you a new drug and a stronger drug. So let me ask you a question, Evelyn. Most drugs are made from petroleum. Is that what you need? I'm not telling you not to do drugs. I'm not telling you not to do surgery. Remember, it's your body, everybody. But if it's your body, why don't you really be good? And understand, Evelyn, why don't you come to a Braveheart Health and Healing Circle? I promise you, Evelyn, that we will take away all your fears. You will become the goddess of love for yourself and healing. No one would be able to do it better than you, Evelyn. If you give me a call, I will give you a guarantee by the second day, you will say, wow. But if you don't want to do that, at least go get yourself a consultation, especially while we have the sale on. It's only once a year. And my dear, and then my number is 469-861-9454. And then you tell me that it wasn't worth 10 times the money you paid. The reality is you can believe this. Either I'm the biggest BSer and sales pitcher, or I actually really want to have unconditional love for myself and everyone on this planet. I'm going to tell you something. There's no game in the universe except one love, one law, unconditional love, Evelyn. And when you have it for yourself, Evelyn, you will protect and respect yourself, and you will never let another terrorist take a piece of you or burn you or poison you. And you can take that any way you want. But guess what? The food industry doesn't make food. Okay. The medical industry is not in health. Okay. And the government is only here to govern us. So understand this. I'm not trying to blow your brain. This is not about politics. This is about love. This is about you minding your own business, taking massive personal action. And guess what? Trusting. Well, if you don't want to trust in me, make me earn it. But the reality is you're going to find out that all I'm asking for is gentle baby steps, change 1% every day. In 100 days, that would be 100%. And I'll tell you something, Evelyn, it'll way before 100 days that you'll be going, oh my God, I am been what I'm looking for. It's understanding, not understanding. It's understanding of the power that I have. You're a woman, Evelyn. You live longer than us. You're stronger than us when you decide to have understanding. Do we have any other questions?
Yeah, Sherry wants to know what number does she call to get everything started, and also Rebecca wants to know what number does she call to order your
To
product.
get started, well, if you want to do the perfect day consultation, you go to docofdetox.com, click on the top of the page, consultation, and then you get yourself started. If you have a stumbling block, just call the 800 number, 855 900 4544. And everybody, okay, you know what? Did you know that I poop like you? I pee like you. I eat like you. I breathe like you. And if you want to talk to me, just call, be calm. I am no, I am you. Just look me directly in the eye. Don't look up to me, look me in the eye and just talk to me. You don't want to call me Dr. Wolf, call me Daryl. Call me whatever you want. But understand something. It is an honor and a privilege to serve. There is no better honor to do. Did you know that that which created the universe actually does serve us, does work for us? Do you know that I just want to imitate that? And that's what we're doing. We are serving you, and we want to honor you, and we want to bless you. And the blessing is you, or the curse is you. But you're going to have to look at your beliefs. You can believe it or not, but you know what? It's your beliefs, and they're not your beliefs until they're dipped in unconditional love. Okay? What else?
Just where to order the products. I think you already touched.
Well, to order the products, just go to store.docofdetox.com. And if you have trouble ordering, or if you're overseas, just what you can do is, if you're overseas, you can call the 800 number, or I'm trying to remember it now. If you have trouble ordering, just call my number and I'll give it to you. But I'm trying to remember Andreas's number. We're on WhatsApp. Okay. And just so you know, everyone, the number I gave you, you can call it on WhatsApp. And if you live in Canada or United States, you can call my number, 469-861-9454. And you can call that direct from anywhere. Okay. And if you don't get me, leave a message. The phone takes messages. I will call you back. And if you don't hear from me by the next day, you come and get me. And you listen to me. Do you know how life works? I'm worth it. I deserve it. That's what you need to say. And you can't call me too often. And guess what? The squeaky wheel gets the grease. I need you to push your way in. There is nothing aggressive about you wanting to love and care for yourself. I'm a different doctor. You want to call me 5 times today? You call me 5 times today. Every time I answer your question, that's going to free you up. Yeah, but Dr. Wolf, you're so busy. You're so busy. Well, why can't I be busy with you? Why can't you be the most important thing for once in your life? Why can't you demand that the world respects and honors you? I am not like any other naturopath. I am not like any other functional medicine doctor. And I am not a medical doctor. And I never will be a medical doctor. And guess what? Don't even call me doctor. Call me Daryl. The reality is I know what I'm talking about. And the reality is that we do miracles here every day. And you know how we do them? Because people buy into themselves. They buy into themselves, not into us. Understand something. That which created the universe has only ever loved you. And the rest is a bunch of BS. Okay? And just know that what's happening, I'm going to tell you something right now. So I am leaving here from Mexico on February the 16th. I will be lecturing in Chicago. I'll be lecturing in Stuart, Florida. I'll be lecturing in Calgary. And I'll be lecturing, where else? Stuart, Calgary, Chicago.
Croatia.
No. Hold on a second. Trying to remember.
Stuart.
And Texas. Prosper, Texas. So Prosper, Texas, Stuart, Florida, Adri. Alberta, which is just a little bit above Calgary, about 10, 15 minutes. And not Barrie. Texas, Florida, Chicago, and Alberta. And I'll be doing that from the 16th I'll be leaving here on the 16th. My first lecture is in Texas on the 19th. And then I think it's pretty sure that I go from Texas to Florida to Chicago and then to Calgary. And then I'm doing an intense training on Vancouver Island. And then Stewart, Florida starts, no, April. April 1st, I start a New World Practitioner training where we go whole life coach for 9 days, take a day off. Then we go Wolf Non-Surgical for 12 days certification. And then we go another day off and we do the Braveheart Circle. And then another day off. And then we do the Woman's 3-day pelvic restoration. And I'm doing that not just there. We're doing it all over the world. I leave here and I don't actually stop. My tour until Thanksgiving, New York. Okay. So I'm going to be in Stewart, Florida, April 3rd to kick off all of those 4 trainings. Then McKinney, Texas is May 1st. Barrie, Ontario is May 26th. Chicago is June 19th. Calgary is July 3rd. Coffs Harbour, Australia is August the 12th. Glastonbury, UK is September 2nd. Croatia is September 25th. And Long Island is October the 18th. Okay. And during this time, I will be available to take calls and I will be doing lots of trainings. Did you see what I'm doing? If you don't follow me now, I'm on, okay, and we do trainings, all right? We do trainings every day during every course. I just told you we're doing 22 courses. How much training are you going to get? But guess what? It's not the same as coming live. And if you've always wanted to be a practitioner or you just want your life back, if you want to be a practitioner, check out my New World Practitioner training, Whole Life Coach, and the Wolf Non-Surgical. And if you want your life back, come take my Braveheart Healing Circle for 7 days. Oh, I don't have 7 days. I'm sure you don't. Okay, the price tag's way too low, baby. You know, if you haven't got 7 days to change your life, then guess what? Let me know when you do, okay? Because guess what? All we want to do is put some loving in you, okay? Let me tell you something. You can't give what you're not. And you can think that I'm on here and I'm as phony as they come. But if you ever come to my course, you'll know that I'm no different. And that every day we start the course, now almost every day, we have a dance party. All right? And know that every time that we get together, our celebration, we have dance parties all the time. Understand something. Life is for dancing, laughing, living, not surviving, but thriving. And you will never thrive until you understand that you were created by God Almighty and that almost every story you were told down here is a bunch of BS. Do you think that you can go in, find out what the chokeholds are? Do you think that you can go inside yourself and love yourself unconditionally? Do you think you can stop hating certain foods? Do you think you could stop hating certain people? And by the way, if you hate me, I love you anyway. Because I know that's the name of the game down here. And if you want to win, that's how you're going to have to spin. God bless and thanks for joining me. Have the best day of your life. 3, 2, 1. You've got this, Braveheart.